good Lord, you know, there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it. I film different days of the week depending on what week it is, but you know, if it's morning and I'm filming, someone's gonna be mowing grass in front of my house. It's just how it works. I don't really know why. Story of my life. Yay for background noise. Welcome to Dreams of Music and Makeup, or welcome back if this is not your first time. If it is your first time, thank you for being here. I'm really excited to see your lovely face, and I hope you enjoy. If you do enjoy beauty and makeup videos, I post twice a week, so subscribe to stay up to date, and click that notification bell if you want to be notified of new postings, because I don't have permission without that. So just one more click for you if you need that. Anyway, today, I'm really excited to try out for you a new product that I saw on display at a local store, and I just thought it would be nice to test out because I don't think we've tested out anything in this category as an official video. And I saw Maybelline made their own beauty blender, or makeup blending sponge, whatever you want to call it. And they call it the FaceStudio Blender. Ooh, it feels really squishy and it's not even wet yet. That seems promising. Because even these EcoTools ones that I like, they're not nearly as squishy when they're dry. I have not used a black blender, so I'm excited. I have not tried the Beauty Blender Pro, but I think this will be really, really nice. The black shouldn't stain as badly as other colors, I would think. If anything, it'll just kind of stain lighter or kind of lighten with time, but it's kind of rounded, you can see, and then they kind of chopped off this side so that you can get in with your concealer and stuff with this. So I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's gonna be nice. I'm gonna go wash mine real quick. Something to mention, whenever I wet my sponge, I wash it. I don't just leave concealer from yesterday and foundation from yesterday in here and put that back on my face. That's disgusting. I can't unlearn microbiology. I'm sorry. I can't undo it. Just so that you guys know, every time I wet this, I wash it with soap and get all the old foundation and concealer out of it. So that is a tip I would give you, particularly if you are acne prone. And also, if you're acne prone, probably don't use a brush for your foundation, because the reality is you're not going to wash that every day. Alright, I am back from dampening this sponge and cleaning it up a little bit. It has swollen up a little bit bigger. I would say probably about twice as big. Number 7 Beautifully Matte Foundation. I'm going to be putting a couple of pumps of that onto my glass palette, and we'll apply that. I did already prime with my Soap and Glory One Heck of a Blot primer. So I'm going to start in the center of my face and work my way outward. My nose is always the reddest area for me, so this is kind of where I begin. I really like how soft this is, because it's fitting into this crevice of my nose without me forcing it or having to pinch it to a different shape, which doesn't usually happen. This is so soft. Like, I feel like this is one of the softest sponges I've experienced, but it doesn't feel flimsy. It doesn't feel like I'm going to rip it. Like, it almost feels more rubbery than the EcoTools one, and maybe that is because this one is biodegradable. It doesn't have some coating on it that kind of protects this one. That's my suspicion. I really like the shape of this because my fingers aren't sliding to the part that has foundation on it, which just happens to be the case with this one since it's more teardrop shape. My question is, why haven't I seen a video on this? Because I feel like I've seen these in every drugstore around me, and there's plenty of them. Like, they're not sold out, no one's talking about it. I hadn't heard that Maybelline was making one of these, so it doesn't surprise me since L'Oreal just did. They tend to kind of follow suit. Like, right after L'Oreal launched this infallible spray, then Maybelline came out with the Master Fix in almost the same packaging. Supposedly is like the same product. Just like this looks like the L'Oreal sponge I have over here. I haven't tried it yet, but there's a L'Oreal sponge in my little jar o' sponges over there that looks like this, only it's like purpley pink and it doesn't have this slice out of it. And L'Oreal and Lancome are under the same umbrella, but I didn't remember Maybelline being a part of that. Maybe I'm wrong. Wow. I mean, I feel like this looks flawless. I feel like this is amazing. I really, really like this. And I was skeptical. I'm not gonna lie. See how it does for my concealer. We'll do that next. Just because I always feel like I go in with the Tarte Shape Tape, I'm gonna do a different concealing technique today. I'm gonna use a more medium concealer, but whenever I wear a medium coverage concealer under my eyes, I tend to color correct because I'm not someone who ever claimed to be good at sleeping. I mean, if it were a class, I would fail it. This light pink shade of color corrector is what I need to brighten this kind of blue-green darkness in here. I love this Sephora color corrector because it's like a serum consistency, so it doesn't cause your concealer that you layer on top to crease or anything like that. It basically just absorbs into the skin and leaves you with a hint of color on top. I'm not moving this around very much because I placed that color corrector right where I need it, but I'm just bouncing this into the skin. I have to say, I don't feel like the uncoated portions of this sponge are peeling up that foundation we just applied, which is a first for me with a blending sponge in general. Oh, got a little piece of sponge there. This corner was kind of roughly cut. I was pulling off little bulbs that didn't seem like they belonged there before I turned the camera back on. Yeah, I feel like it blended that flawlessly. I'm really happy with that. Okay. Wow, Maybelline. Wow. I feel like I need to serenade this sponge with a song. It's just that good. Oh my god. It's lovely. It's lovely. I feel like, where have you been all my life? I'm going to take a pump of this Physicians Formula Instant Ready Full Coverage Concealer. I do enjoy this concealer, but I do beg to differ on the claim of it being a full coverage concealer. At least not in my experience as of yet. It's been much more medium for me. So you can see it's kind of like the MAC Pro Longwear, where it gives you tons to work with because it has a little pump, and I'm not going to need nearly that much, but I just got a little bit on my sponge. That is, again, an entirely new experience for me. Usually wherever is blank on my sponge will be picking up coverage where I just put it down, so I have to use kind of the side I already used today to blend further. Yeah, I do have a couple of little pieces of the edge of this sponge. Let me see if they're more loose little pieces. Mine just was kind of roughly cut. I didn't see that until I got home. I think I've removed all the little loose tufts from the edge. Let's see. I'm gonna go in with that concealer. I am kind of pinching this to go in the corner of my eye just because I don't want to bring that color all the way up on my nose. You can if you want to. It's not flattering for me. Why make my already pencil thin nose look thinner, you know? Wow. I mean, this blender, guys, I don't know why no one's talking about this. Like, how has no one tried this yet? I've seen it at the drugstore for a couple of weeks now, and there's just nothing. I didn't even mean for this to be one of those, hey, look at this brand new thing, but we've kind of ended up there. You know what I love about this tip? Because it's cut like this, there's not all this additional volume that you're squeezing together to get in this area. This is a really kind of struggle bus area for me as far as sponges. Though I love them, I have a lot of movable skin under my eyes and a lot of fine lines already. I know I'm young for that, but it's just how my face is shaped, and this is always my struggle area right here because there's always this portion of unused sponge touching my nose, removing all this coverage as I'm blending out my under eye. And this is kind of where the darkest portion of my dark circles lives, is in this inner corner. So I need that to stay covered. And this is the best I've ever seen my under eye concealer blend out, regardless of formulation and who's making it. I feel like I need to scoop my jaw up off the floor. This is so freaking good. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't need to keep blending, but I just want to keep blending because I'm amazed that it's already done. Like, how is it already done? So before and after, a little bit of color corrector. This one has the color corrector, so it's not so dark here. Man, I'm impressed. Who'd have thunk? I mean, this is amazing. I just can't believe how beautiful this is. Just kind of blending that down around my nose. If you haven't noticed yet, my nose is a little crooked. You're not going to surprise me. Any analysis you give on my face, by the way, it's not going to surprise me. But my nose is a little bit crooked. This helps minimize the shadows that occur naturally. They occur naturally on this side because my nose is kind of crooked that way. I'm going to bounce out my forehead creases as usual before we go in and set. All that stuff we've talked about before. All right, so I slightly powdered the rest of my face with some RCMA No-Color powder, as per usual. And I'm gonna go in and blend out these creases before we go in and set my under eyes. Well, I see a little piece of black embedded here, and I don't think that's my eyeliner. When in doubt, cover it up. I'm gonna go finish up my face, and then I will come back when I have some more complete thoughts for you guys on this sponge. I'm having one of those moments that I have often, that I'm like, I should have been a teenager in the 80s so that I could rock a look like this. Anyway, it's 2017, people are doing a lot weirder things, right? This look is now complete, and like I feel like this is gonna be the start of a long, committed relationship. Just saying. I'm in love, you guys. I mean, this is amazing. This is the best my foundation has looked that I can remember. I really, really like this. I feel like these products look so much better having used this and everything blended out beautifully. I'm digging it. I'm really, really digging it. And I feel like this is just so soft. I don't feel like I've torn it that badly yet, which happened almost immediately with the EcoTools ones. That is one con with those. I love them, but they're very fragile, and if you have long nails at all, you're kind of doomed. I like to keep my nails short just because I've kind of given up on polishing my fingers for right now. It doesn't last more than 24 hours, and then I just get really ticked off that I spent hours painting them. But I think this is the winner right now because I don't have to use two sponges. I can just use one because this is petite enough to get in my under eye. I mean, honestly, guys, these blenders, because this is such a tight area to get into for me, I usually end up with concealer on my waterline, and then it's kind of clouding my vision until my eyes can kind of filter all that out and get it into the corner of my eye. I mean, maybe I'm just being too forceful and getting in there, but I beg to differ because today I didn't get any concealer on my waterline, on my lower waterline, and I think it's because I have more control with this shape. I'm really, really happy with it. I think that it's a great purchase. I'm gonna look up and see how much it is because I just can't remember right now. I think it's $6 or $8, but let me check so that I tell you accurately. So according to Maybelline's website, this guy is $5.94 or $6. Honestly, this is amazing. It's the same price as this individually with the little stand that it comes with. This is about $6 or $6.50, maybe $7 if you pick it up at like Walgreens or somewhere convenient. Look at that. It's squishier than a beauty blender. Like, it's squishier than any other sponge I've ever put on my face, and it's not falling apart in my hands. It's the most beautiful finish. I can remember my foundation and concealer looking to date. I'm definitely going to be picking up another couple of these as backups to kind of hoard over here for when this one inevitably fails. You know, a couple months in, it's just starts to kind of fall apart a little bit. It's the nature of the beast. Let me know what you guys think of this blender down below. Have you tried this yet? Are you willing to? I would love to hear your thoughts if you have it and have an opinion as of yet. It definitely gets my seal of approval. I'm going to keep using it. I'll let you guys know, of course, if my opinion changes in any way. You guys will be the first to know, of course. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought down below. Will you be purchasing this item? Subscribe if you haven't already. If there's anything you would like to see specifically, always leave that in the comments down below. I welcome that. I love making videos that you guys suggest, so keep them coming. And until next time, have a great day or night wherever you are. Keep dreaming.